I believe this is going to be the event and the company that is going to take the entire industry to total different levels.
You waited the entire year for this event and we just made it.
It's going to be sick, by the way. We just came and registered. There's lines of people already. Let's go. Number one team. Boom, boom, boom.
So excited about what's going on, man. We have the new generation of people. We have the new leaders. It's going to be some great times. TTT, we're fired up.
TTT 2022.
Guys, do you hear that? Do you hear that? It's in fire here. This is one of the best events out here to be able to perfect an elite training for the best of the best.
Every single person that wants to actually give it their all, I'm going to teach them everything I know.
Investing in your mindset matters. Investing in your future matters. Investing in these events matters. We are a hero-making machine here at PHP. That's our culture.
This company will make you a better husband, a better wife, a better mother, a better father, and a better human being overall.
Nobody can define you but you.
I've always wanted my last name to stand for something.
What are you doing today to truly change your life?
Who are you fighting for?
Ya, güey, yo no voy a estudiar atrás,
PHP, ready. What's cracking, everybody? Money Smart Guy Matt Sapaula here, hailing to you from Dallas, Texas, specifically Addison, Texas, home of the PHP Agency here at the PHP Studio. And joining with me today on this podcast is my fellow first-generation cash flow millionaire and cracked some records for himself last night after closeout Rodolfo Vargas from Houston, Texas. Rodolfo, what's going on, brother?
How you doing, Matt? And I know that you had a great closeout over there in Dallas, Texas as well. But today is going to be there is so many topics to cover today. So many things going on today. And guess what? We have a guest today, Victor Zaldo. And I cannot wait for people to hear the story about Victor, how he went from the industry, traditional industry, now being one of the top leaders right now in the company. So we're excited, Matt. Super excited today.
I'm very excited. So for those of you that have people that's inside the life insurance industry, and they're wondering, why PHP? Why are people paying attention to PHP Agency? Why is this the fastest growing financial marketing organization in the world? You're going to hear from a guy that actually built a life insurance business in Mexico. Now back here in America, doing it big, not just being a producer, but being a builder. And so we're going to be talking about today, June 1st. Could this potentially be the day that if this being the official recession of the United States of America after 12 years of just the economy going gangbusters? Potentially could be. We'll discuss why and what inflation does right now to keep you on your P's and Q's, because I heard a report earlier today, Rodolfo, that people making $250,000 and above are feeling paycheck to paycheck. So we'll discuss why and some solutions to help remedy your situation in this episode 47 of the PHP podcast, starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, we are back. So Rodolfo, let's cut to the chase, man. We got a Victor Zaldo on. Can you do the honors of introducing him, brother?
Yes, Victor Zaldo. Hey, well, you mentioned it. He run an insurance company over there in Mexico. He came into the U.S. He was doing traditional insurance over here. Now he's one of the top leaders. I believe this last month in May was the best month of his career. So super excited because with Victor, he's always in the trips. He's always traveling with his wife and everything. We have a great time every time he's in the trips. So Victor Zaldo, tell us your story.
Thank you.
Welcome, Victor.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Rodolfo, for the introduction. So yes, it's born and raised in Mexico City, guys. I'm 53 years old. I've been here in the United States 13 years. And just like Rodolfo was mentioning, I had the opportunity to get introduced to the financial services, to the financial industry back in 2004. We moved from Mexico City to Monterrey. And we had a little bit of change in our lives. Like I always been raised by a single mom, amazing mom. What can I say about her? She raised 4 kids and gave us all. And but life changed. There's changes in the life where we have to move from Mexico City to Monterrey. And we had I used to sell auto parts. Believe it or not, I used to travel around the country selling auto parts. And Monterrey was not the best market for us to do auto part sales. And there was an ad on the internet about looking for sales managers for the insurance company, for insurance industry. And 20 years prior to that, I was offered to be in the insurance industry. And I said, no, I will never sell life insurance. Who would like to buy life insurance in this world? And but to make the long story short, I had the opportunity to go and have an interview. And for those who don't know about when we celebrate the Halloween or the Day of the Death in Mexico, it's November the 2nd. And I was hired on November the 2nd to sell life. So that's a funny fact that how I started. So if I tell you, when I share my story, people sometimes don't believe my story started. I was getting paid $90 a week to sell life insurance. $90 a week.
That was you wouldn't get paid commissions. You were paying a salary over there.
I was getting paid a salary to get trained. And once you satisfy that training, the salary base, it was going to be transferred to commissions. So I saw the opportunity to grow, and I say, well, I don't have nothing else better to do here right now in Monterey, so why not starting? And to tell you the truth, I was just going to do it for a couple of months while I find a better situation. And what caught my attention of how life insurance is important is because 4 days after I started working for American National Insurance Company back in Mexico, is that a lady who didn't have enough money to pay for her life insurance asked us to go back and collect the premium. Guys, we work in the all insurance industry where we used to collect monthly premiums per week. So it wasn't a monthly premium. It was every week we used to go and collect premiums for our clients.
Wait. So Matt, so here's what
you heard him right, bro.
So you need to be in the car, you're driving, you go in the taxi, you go in the bus. So how is it? You go every week. You need to go charge people, and people pay you. But how people is paying you? People are paying you cash. People are paying you with a check. How's people paying you?
Well, as you know, in Mexico, not a lot of people carry checks. So we used to collect cash.
So pesos.
Pesos. So people used to pay the average premium. It was $20 a month. So every week we used to collect $5 or 50 pesos every single week.
What if you get robbed?
Well, we had insurance for that. So we had insurance for that, but thank God.
Victor, you know what? I carry my wallet to this day, bro. I still carry some. I don't know if you see this.
It's like 200 pesos.
I carry some pesos, bro. I want to collect my life insurance premium.
I'm blessed that I don't do that anymore, man.
By the way, I carry this in my wallet to help me appreciate what America has to offer.
Correct.
Because this sounds like a lot of money. 200 pesos, 400 pesos total. But this is like, this is nothing.
How much?
$20.
Yeah, this is nothing, right? 400 pesos is $20 here in America.
So, like I was mentioning, two days later, after I started, this lady didn't have money to pay her life insurance, and I asked her, like, if you were to need something today, who would you ask for money? And she said, well, my neighbor, my cousin, my comadre. And I told her, like, your life insurance will expire if you don't get that money today. And I told her, I'm going to give you 30 minutes. We're going to wait for that. And she went out there, got the money, came back, paid the agent, who was teaching me at the time, training me at the time. And 5 days later, the lady passed away. If we were not able to collect that premium from her, Matt and Rodolfo, I can tell you that if I didn't see the life insurance actually pays the moment of somebody dies, I will probably not be in the insurance industry 17 years already. But that caught my attention that aside of commissions and the income that we can make in this amazing industry, we're actually making a life changing for people out there. They need our services and products. So worked for American National 4 years in Mexico. The company was sold to a Mexican insurance company. And in 2009, I was offered to come to the United States. And I was driving back and forth to McAllen, Texas to get my life license. And at that time, when I got my license, I got the news that I was being promoted to be the district manager in Arizona. And that's how my life started in the U.S. Since 2009, I became the district manager for Anico, just like Matt is posting right now on the screen. Worked for them for 13 years. We break quite a few records. We became the number 3 district in the company, and life was a blessing because from making $90 a week to almost making $150,000, $160,000 a year. Sell me the dream, right? Sell me the right dream, the right product, the right company. But at the end of the day, it wasn't the right dream for me. And that's how in 2017, late 2017, a young kid, 21 years old, approached me, got my contact information, and that's when PHP started in my life.
So you didn't answer a lead, bro? You weren't called, you weren't cold called, you were actually approached by somebody in person.
Correct. Actually, not approached directly in person. He was trying to replace an American national insurance company, and because we service the client, they saw everything that we did, and they decided to say, hey, you know what? We want to hear from you, and that's how I had the opportunity to meet my amazing leaders in Tucson, and had the opportunity to meet with Mr. Patrick Bet-David himself over the phone to talk about what PHP is today.
So what made you change? What made you change? Like, you've been in the industry for a little bit. You did insurance in Mexico. You're very familiar with the company that you were working with. And so what made you change to PHP? What attracted you about PHP?
Well, it's I'm glad that you asked that right now, Rodolfo, because just before starting this podcast, I was in a meeting early this morning with one of my agents in the office. And when we talk about PHP, when we talk about the insurance industry, when we talk about what we do, we always talk about where was I, where where am I right now, and where are we going? And one of the things that I mentioned to her, and she says, why PHP? Why should I get it started with you guys? And I told her it's a very simple reason. Right now, you're looking at the client agent relationship, where I'm here to protect your family. I'm here to offer you my products. But money-wise, speaking about money, sometimes it's difficult for people to be able to afford to buy life insurance. And believe me or not, for 13 years, I ran into those situations where I needed to protect a family, but unfortunately, because of their fixed income, the inflation that is going today in America and everything that's happening, sometimes they think that buying life insurance is just like getting another bill. They don't understand the value of what we offer. But so when you work in corporate America, and especially in the life insurance industry, the old school is to satisfy quotas every single week, every single month throughout the year, if you want to keep your job. So at the end of the day, that was my job, to make certain that I satisfied the company's numbers and to keep my job. But there was not other than a better relationship with my clients. Of course, we asked for referrals here and there, but that was about it. When PHP shares with me the opportunity of not only educating the community, especially the Hispanic community, but also to provide an opportunity for people to say, hey, you know what? I'm looking forward to get the life insurance you offer me, but at this time, I don't have the money. It comes the question, who do you know? Because PHP stands for people helping people, right? So if I'm helping you and you're helping me by providing a commission, talking about a sale, why can I help you? Why cannot give you the opportunity as well to be on the same path that we are? And that's what I couldn't do before, because I only have 25 licensed agents in the entire state of Arizona, and I couldn't do anything outside the state of Arizona. So when PHP comes along and say, hey, you can build a nationwide business, you don't have to be attached just to 25 employees, but rather than that, today our agency holds almost 200 licenses across the country. It's like, I want to do this, and I want to bring the value to my people, the people who have helped me for many years, and the people that we're going to be changing their lives in the future.
So Victor, when I was coming to a network marketing type of system and format of financial services, because I know you know, but this for the purpose of people that just may not know my story, I spent 12 years as an independent agent at another FMO. So previous to that, I was in the Marines. But I come to this FMO, 120, 130, 140% commission contract. I'm buying leads. And what would naturally happen is people would start seeing the results of my business, and I'm growing. And so I'm a single father at the time. I got 3 kids. We move into a better neighborhood. I buy a better car. They go to better schools. We're eating at better restaurants. We're having better quality of life. And naturally what starts to happen, people start getting attracted to what I do. They start asking me, hey, man, how do I get to do what you do? And that natural conversation, well, you want to get involved in the insurance business? Like, yeah, if it helps me live the life you make. And so what's the difference, Victor, in a traditional FMO? Because when I told my wholesalers at the insurance companies I was doing business with because they also had a contract with PHP. So I'm going from one FMO to another. They laughed at me. They said, what are you doing going over there to PHP? I'm like, why? What do you want to go to this network marketing type of system? You're fine where you're at. I'm like, well, I'm tired of just selling by myself. And I recruit people, but I have no system to retain them. I have no system to get them to get more business. I have no, even though I can sell them more leads or I can sell them, right? It's not really, it's not a sustainable model. So Victor, what's the difference that you saw coming in from being in the industry previous to PHP that makes it expansive to you to 200 agents across the country? What was the difference for you?
Just like I mentioned before, Matt, you and I, we've been in the industry for quite a while, right? And your experience as independent agent, I never had that experience. I was an employee of the company. So
it's even worse.
So I was living the dream of getting, like, when I came to the US in 2009, my starting salary was $100,000 a year. So I thought everybody makes $100,000 a year. Yeah. So I thought, like, hey, I'm living the American dream. And I had all the benefits. I could travel 2-3 times a year, different places in the world. And don't get me wrong, some of the stuff that I know, I really appreciate American National for giving the opportunity. But at the same time, it was like I couldn't go far and beyond what I was doing. I was limited to certain stuff. I was limited to the amount of people that I could help because I was limited to the amount of agents that we can represent. But the side of what makes difference PHP from the traditional industry, and let's not talk about FMO, but the traditional corporate side, is that as Hispanic, I didn't have the opportunity to probably go up in the ladder of positions in the company, number one. Number two is that I didn't have the opportunity to. Sometimes it's difficult when you go to a house and you only have the one product, and that's the only thing that you can offer. And sometimes, especially with the Latino community, if you cannot protect mom, but only that, and hey, you know what, we're gonna look elsewhere. And when PHP comes and say, hey, you're gonna be representing not only one but 20 plus insurance companies, so you can fulfill anyone's needs. And on top of that, giving the opportunity of, hey, you know what? On top of that, we can help your family. We can help more people. That's what it caught my attention the most. The opportunity of whenever I go, wherever I go, whenever I do my business, I'm always want to be able to help and provide services to the community. That was the number one thing. And number two is that, yes, a lot of people say it's about, hey, network marketing. Well, network marketing might not be, how can I say this, perfect, but is the best combination that you can have when you can combine knowledge, the right product, and why not? We know that we're on the right platform where we're recession proof. We can help everyone. And today I can tell you, Matt, since I started with PHP. For 13 years, my income was linear. Like I was making that $100,000 a year. Don't get me wrong. Everybody thought like, hey, you're crazy because you're living from $160,000. Like what you were telling me about people telling you were crazy. For me, Hispanic, coming to the US with just 8 years in the United States, it was like, really? You're 48 years old and you're gonna be living a $160,000 job? Nobody believed in me. Some of my friends don't even speak to me anymore because I was like, you're crazy. But now I don't have no linear income. It has been exponential. And thank God for my wife and the opportunity, everything we do together is like our business has changed to a different level.
Victor, tell us about your life. Tell us about your family life. Tell us about what you've been able to travel, what you've been able to do with PHP.
Okay. So a little bit more about my life. Like I mentioned, I was raised by a single mom. I'm the oldest of four. I'm 53 years old. I got my brother Sergio, who thank God he is here today. 2 years ago, he went through cancer and he battled cancer, but now he's great. I got two younger sisters, Gabby and Valeria. I got four beautiful kids, Victor, Barbara, Anna, and Gabriel. and 2 beautiful grandkids. So
Grandkids too.
yeah, believe it or not, I got 2 grandkids. And my dream when I was a little boy, it was to become a fireman. I was like, I wanted to become a fireman in Mexico, but when I found out that they don't make no money, it was like, okay, I'm not going to do that. Then I wanted to become a pilot, but I get dizzy when I get into like the airplane, all that stuff. So I said, well, this is not going to be for me. And that's how I started in sales. So I've been in sales since I was 16 years old. Like I've been in sales for 37 years. And I believe the sales profession is the best that we can have, because there's no cap, there's no limits. You can go whatever you want. But when I got into the life insurance industry, it attracted me. I love to travel. And when I see that they give you like, hey, if you do this, you're going to be able to travel around the world. It's okay, what do I need to do? And that's what I did. Okay. But the one thing, going back to what Matt mentioned, is why PHP versus corporate, is that in corporate, I can only take my wife or my mom, or I can only take any of my children above the age of 18. So you can only take one person.
Wow.
When I come to PHP and they tell me, hey, who are the ones who sacrifice your time? Family. Okay. So why not paying back to them the sacrifices they do or they make for you to be able to take your family out there? So that's my son Gabriel. He just turned 19 years old. So since we started PHP, we have.
By the way, what's with the jackets, man? Aren't you in Arizona?
Well, that's in Tucson, and that was his birthday on February 25th. So it's a little bit cold in Arizona.
What's cold? What's cold?
Cold is probably like 60 degrees. So right now we're at 120.
Okay, bust out the winter jackets.
Yeah. So we traveled with my mom, we traveled with my wife, we traveled with my mother-in-law, with my kids, with my of course my beautiful mother. So we have the opportunity to travel and experience with everyone, not only the one person that the company allows you to do. So that's Hawaii. Last year we went to Hawaii and we had a beautiful time. We're about to go to Paris. We've been in Croatia, in Greece, Italy. It's like, what can I say? There's my question is, why not PHP, right?
I love it.
That's awesome.
I love it.
And if you can see there, Matt, where's Patrick and my wife is there. I can tell you one thing. My wife was not able to go to my office in corporate America. She can only go to visit. She can never attend to a meeting. She can never do anything besides a good evening, good afternoon, Mr. Saldo. That's about it. Going to the event, that was it. She only had the opportunity to meet with the CEO once a year, and if you qualify for that. Here in PHP, we have access to Patrick McDavid. If you perform, if you do whatever you want, every single time, we're in the Dream Team call with him every single week, and we're having a blast. We're learning together, and I can tell you one thing: if it wasn't because this beautiful lady, I would probably not be in PHP. The reason why I started with PHP is because I had the experience in the insurance industry, but she brought me the value of how the network marketing industry combined with the insurance industry is the perfect combination for us business today. Now she's my running mate. She's the relationship in the office. She builds that bridge between the girls and the guys, the leaders of the office. She's like, hey, I the other day I was joking with her. I told Dave, you're becoming so good on selling life insurance and protecting people and sharing the dream that I'm gonna become the stay-at-home dad. I'm gonna do the cleaning. I'm gonna do all that stuff because I'm pretty sure in a couple of months she's gonna be kicking my butt and doing better stuff that I do in just 3 years. And let me tell you one thing: she didn't know how to speak English when she came to the United States. And when she says that people put up excuses to have their license, without speaking English, she passed her state license three years ago.
Wow!
Because she knew it was needed for us to do business together. So I'm very thankful for her, what the things that she's doing for the office, and of course what she's doing for the company and our hierarchy.
It's great looking kid. Those are your kids right there?
Yeah, that's Gabriel, and there's Anna, and that's Sterling, my daughter's husband.
Well, thank goodness it looked like their mom.
Yeah, oh, come on. No. My girls look like that. They're beautiful.
Good looking family, brother. Good looking family. So, let's talk about your exposure, because you were an employee of American National. The benefit of being PHP is that we can sell anybody on our platform. We got Foresters, we got Mutual of Omaha, we've got National Life Group, we got FNG, we got National Western Life. What's the benefit of coming here and you have a platform and you can market anybody? You have the freedom and the flexibility to do so.
It's amazing. Like I mentioned before, it's sometimes I'm going back again with the Hispanic community, because 95% of our business is Hispanic in our office at least, is that Hispanics tend to procrastinate a lot into buying life insurance, understanding about life insurance. And when you come to their home and you're trying to offer them something, and unfortunately they cannot qualify because of the immigrant status, because of the health issues, because whatever situation might be behind themselves, is that when you only work for the one company, you only have the one product. Right now, I can sit down with a family where mom, dad, the kids, the grandma, the compadre, whoever is there is like, okay,
Sancho.
Sancho sometimes he's there. They don't know, but he's there. He's always there. So it's like our job is to educate people. Our job in PHP is not to sell life insurance. Our job is to help people, educate them, and provide an opportunity, the right platform for them to understand how financial services work, and the opportunity to make a good and decent income. So when you have that opportunity, you satisfy every single individual needs. So grandma might not qualify for a specific life insurance company. So if you only represent the one company, and she doesn't qualify, why would you leave her behind or aside? So when you have Foresters Financial, when you have the Mutual Omaha, and you can provide final expense policies to them, that's cool. But maybe you have a brand new kid who just got married and they're buying a house and they want a term life insurance policy for $500 or $1 million of coverage. You have another platform. And then maybe you have someone else who's got a pre-existing condition, and you have another platform. And maybe someone wants to talking about recession and inflation, all that stuff. People are suffering right now because of the stock market dropping and their 401ks. They're about to retire. And okay, now we got annuities. And we got other type of products. And that, let me tell you one thing about annuities, Matt and Rodolfo. In 13 years, in American National, in 13 years, if I sold $1 million in annuities in 13 years, that was it.
Wow.
It was like, we didn't get the training that we get here in PHP through Enada and corporate. We didn't have quests for us to get trained. We didn't have nothing of that to talk about annuities. But in PHP, since we started, every single year, we're close to $1 million. We've been with PHP for 4 years and 5 months. And I see some other offices, just like you guys' office, where you guys sell $1 million a month. So now my agents are learning more about annuities, how to protect people's income, because the word annuity, and in Spanish, anualidad, it doesn't even exist. Like in El Salvador, in Mexico, we don't have annuities. We don't know what an annuity is. So when you talk about that, people think like, are you kidding me? How can you buy insurance on your money? Well, let me show you. And we do the 4 homes of money, or we do the tic-tac-toe. We help them try to understand and learn. And that's what PHP also has provided for us and the community as well.
That's so powerful what you said, because we're not educated about it. We never heard those words. Even the language, the other day, Patrick is telling the story that there is this island, right? I don't remember the name of the island, but there is this island that nobody stutters. So there is an island in the world that nobody stutters. But the word nobody, they have done these studies, they have analyzed it, they have done. So everybody over there, nobody stutters. And what happened is the word stutters doesn't exist. Nobody knows. That word doesn't, you know how the word studies, if you look at the dictionary, that in their language, it doesn't exist. They don't know what it means. They never heard of it. So nobody stutters over there in that island. And it was happened. You say, we never heard about annuities. What is an annuity? In Spanish, anualidad. We never heard of it. And now somebody's telling us that you can put your money into an annuity, you can get the benefits of an annuity, but we never heard of it. So for us, it doesn't exist. All I remember was to put our money in the bank. That's all I knew. We didn't even know about mutual funds, the stock market. I know Matt is going to show us some numbers. We don't understand that kind of stuff. We understand inflation because of the cost of living, right? We don't understand what creates inflation, but anualidad, annuities, that doesn't exist in our language.
Yeah.
So what do you have over there, Matt?
I want to take a quick commercial break to promote and do a shameless plug for our annual convention come up here in August. I mean, I'm like Victor, as long as you've been in the insurance industry, have you ever been to an annual convention where it's opened by Nelly? You got Layla Ali, you've got Penn and Teller, Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, Kevin Hart, all these type of speakers coming to an insurance convention.
No, in 13 years of working in the insurance industry, the only speakers that I saw, it was my vice president and my CEO. That was it. So that was
how
it.
exciting those conversations must have been.
Yeah, it's like now I know all Nicky Jam songs because last year I learned all of them, and now I'm getting to know Nelly songs because I wanna have fun.
Exactly.
Conventions, we have fun.
So let's do a quick peek into what our annual convention in August 10th through the 13th, 2022 in Las Vegas just might look like. Let's take a look at this. Oops. All right, let me load this back up.
It's gonna be insane. I cannot wait. We wait the entire year for that event, for that night, for those 3 days. We wait the entire year for those 3 days. It's gonna be insane.
So it's our once a year family reunion, man. If you haven't invested yet into coming to our annual convention, August 10th through the 13th, I've got a video out there on my 7 Fear Squad YouTube channel called 10 Reasons Why Going to Conferences Made Me a Millionaire. 10 reasons why going to conferences made me a millionaire, and some similar, of course, Rodolfo's got his own experiences too as well, but the same similar universal principle that got Rodolfo to become a first generation cash flow millionaire too as well. So Victor, if you're going to say something, if there's one reason why somebody watching this right now who hasn't made the decision to come to our annual convention, one reason why somebody should go, what would you say that one reason would be? Why they should come to our annual convention? I know it's tough. I know inflation. I know food costs. I know gas prices. But why should they make that investment to come to Vegas?
It's I can tell you very simple. It's life-changing. It's life-changing. I want to share something also is when you work for corporate, you have to do what you have to do. That's it. That's what you get paid for. Yesterday, just like Rodolfo mentioned, we have our biggest month of our history in PHP. We protected over 300 families. We crossed 200,000 plus on sales for the month. But when you see the experience, hey, we left the office at 3 a.m. in the morning, like we were here, like everybody was crazy. But when you see the tears of people winning, where you don't experience that in corporate America, but you have the opportunity to change someone's life. That's my response to your question, Matt, because we can be in the stage, right? And we love to be there. It's an opportunity to be side by side with the leaders of the company and whoever is representing us. But when you see someone winning, when you see the lady who was a stay-at-home mom and now she became a super agent, or the guy who had never had the opportunity to run a business side by side with their wife, just like I'm doing with my wife today, which is she's amazing, is that, and you see them walking in the stage together, raise their medal or their trophy or whatever they earn in a national convention, an annual convention. It's like that gives me the chills, you tears, because you see like we're changing that person's life.
Yeah.
Because of their decision, they're changing ours. But it's our job to be the flag carriers and help those people. So that will be my answer to you, Matt. Life changing.
Rodolfo, what about you?
That's so true, man. That's so true because yesterday we had a close-up. And I'm giving the close-up. By the way, I don't know if you know, we have mariachis yesterday at the office. We had a taco truck and pupusa truck, and we have like 80 to 100 people over here. Like, and Ada came from home office, and she was, "What the hell you guys are doing here?" And the office turned because we have a regular training, and he converted to the close-up. Guys, we were over here. People were singing. So yesterday we recruited a guy. And we were bringing mariachis, right? We were bringing mariachis and everything. And one of the guys that we recruited that night is a singer from a mariachi. Like literally, it has nothing to do with the guys that we were bringing. And the guy that got it started yesterday, he hit the Field Associate promotion yesterday. Like he got started at 8 p.m., 9 p.m. And he got the promotion yesterday. That was insane. And then he stayed until 3 a.m. in the morning and he was singing. I mean, we had a blast yesterday. We broke all the records. And what Saldo was saying is like, we're promoting people. We were promoting marketing directors, senior marketing directors, 2 VPs, 1 EVP. And the people were excited. It was exciting. I was even recognizing people like, hey, weren't you a guest today? Like, because we have this tradition that we ring the bell every time somebody hit the promotion, right?
Nice.
And the guy is singing like he's been part of PHP like 10 years. The guy just got started the same day, and I'm ringing the bell for him because he became a field associate. He's just excited. Yeah. So you're right. And sometimes I wonder, our CEO, right? Patrick. Who would recognize Patrick? Probably. Who recognizes Patrick? Maybe I don't know.
Yeah. Huh? A lot of people recognize Patrick by now. We can't go out with Patrick in the airport or even walking down to a pier to look at boats and up here. Hey, I see you out there.
What I meant is nobody's giving him a trophy or it's telling him for doing what you're doing. And he is actually recognizing us, doing this crazy contest. I mean, we're going to be Monaco next month in Monaco and Paris. And then we're going to have this event. We'll do this crazy recognition, shopping. I mean, some people are going to be getting watches, Rolexes, Breitling watches, so all this crazy stuff that we do as a company. But what Saldo was saying, Victor Zaldo, is, man, looking at people winning. I mean, that is priceless. Looking at people winning for their family, the people, the single mom that came yesterday, or the guy that the guy that was struggling with money, and all of a sudden we're recognizing him yesterday for making $30,000 in a month, and that stuff, like, it's insane what happened to a business. I give you one more story. Somebody asked me, and then I pass it to you, Matt, because there is a lot of things to cover today. Yeah. Somebody asked me and said, what is the most why PHP? What PHP has done for you? And maybe people are expecting, man, a company has given me money, trips, cars, or whatever, right? And I said, listen, the greatest thing that this company has given me is the opportunity to change my identity. This company gives you the opportunity to change your identity. You're a different person. So I don't recognize Saldo. I don't. It's a totally different monster.
Are you saying because he had more hair earlier?
Oh, come on.
That could be because of the pictures, right? We're looking at the pictures. I get it.
A good looking dude, man. The more money you make, the more handsomer you become.
But I mean, we don't recognize it. The identity changes. Matt, I remember when I met Matt. I met Matt in 2015 or 15, right?
Yeah.
In 15, I met Matt in 2015. He was a totally different person. It was a totally different identity. Aside from being a skinner, okay, that right now, he's not skinny anymore, but he was a different person. So the identity changes, and it's wonderful to see how the people in the company keep changing their identity.
I don't know if people can see this. Remember that, Rodolfo?
That is 2015. By the way, nobody recognizes it. If you tell that, look at those legs, look at those arms. That shirt wouldn't fit you in an arm right now.
This is Rodolfo and Ceci before Milo and Enzo.
There you go.
This is pre-babies.
Pre-babies. By the way, what people don't know that I was so car sick over there. Because we were in the dunes. Yeah, you've seen these Land Cruisers, like the Land Cruisers, and we're in these dunes. And guys, I know, Sandro, you say that you cannot handle planes. I cannot handle any car sick, any car, like nothing. And I love it. I like that kind of stuff, but I cannot handle any of that stuff. Anyway, Matt, what do you have over there? Oh, there you go. Oh my gosh, one of my favorite guys. That's on a yacht in the middle of the Gulf, and with the background you can see that is a Burj Al Arab.
All right.
Burj Al Arab, a hotel. That's the one that looks like a yacht, and we're in the middle of the ocean over there. Oh my gosh, we're having a blast over there.
There's Rodolfo and Ceci, Moral, Mason,
Patrick, and Jennifer. You can see a team over there. You go, Matt. Matt and Sheena. Damn.
Yep.
We were having a blast.
Yeah. So if you like to qualify for a company paid trip, you work hard, and you're not getting the type of income that you feel you deserve. You're not getting the trips you deserve. You're not traveling the world as much as you think you should. Consider the insurance industry. More specifically, consider PHP Agency, where we're revolutionizing the way financial services is being built and driven and delivered. And one of the major reasons why and how is social media. And what I want to talk about right now is I want to shift gears to a topic that's affecting a lot of people today. Let me see if I can bring this up here. A lot of people have a fear, and people are scared today. And this is what we call the next perfect storm. Even better. They're anticipating that there's a recession that's going to happen. Right? Elon Musk says this is actually a good thing. It's been raining money on fools for too long. Some bankruptcies need to happen. Also, all the COVID stay-at-home stuff has tricked people into thinking that you don't need to actually work hard. Rude awakening inbound. By the way, did you hear what Elon Musk said to Tesla executives today? He said, if you don't get back to the office, consider yourself fired. Right? That's what Elon Musk is telling his guys at Tesla. Jamie Dimon, the CEO of JP Morgan Chase, says we have a 33% chance that the Fed avoids a recession. Carl Icahn, there's a recession and even worse than what we think it is. Leanne Cooperman, who is a billionaire that was on Patrick's PBD podcast. It's not written in stone, but that could be my guess that we're going to enter a recession. CEO of Wells Fargo, boom, recession. You got all these talking heads talking about recession. Very, very unlikely Fed can tame inflation without sparking recession, right? Because what they have to do then is keep peaking up the interest rates. So, Fortune 500 CEOs are worried that there's going to be a recession. So a large part of wealth building is anticipation. The reason why people buy life insurance or plan for retirement, because they're going to anticipate, sadly, a tragic moment may potentially happen. That one day that I might retire. They're anticipating. A large part of wealth building is doing that, being in preparation. So here's what happens. Usually when a recession happens when two consecutive quarters are down. Well, based on yesterday's close of the market, we are now officially 2 consecutive quarters down. This could be the first day today at the launching of this podcast, 47, with Victor Zaldo here, could be the first day America enters another recession. So, our local offices, we're prepared to help. Here's what's going on with the S&P 500, down since the beginning of the year. What else? NASDAQ down since the beginning of the year. Facebook stock down since the beginning of the year.
That is the entire year.
That's entire year.
That's the year today. This
That's
is
right.
Recently, last week or last 2 weeks. No, guys, this is 67% Netflix is down for the entire year.
Let's keep going. Another one, Amazon. It's down $1,105.
32%. Yeah.
Google. What else? Look at Tesla. All these companies, 20, 30, 40% down. Look at Bitcoin. All the Bitcoin. Have you heard anything from Bitcoin? Where's my Bitcoin experts at? Haven't heard a lot from Bitcoin experts lately. They're getting hammered. Cryptocurrency is being hammered. So we have all of our offices across PHP Agency. All of our offices are being equipped right now. Our offices have been equipped to give people the steps they need to take to prepare for the stock market crash. If you haven't connected with a local marketing director or local vice president, we got some. Let's cover some of these right now.
Well, let's. There are different. There's so many terms that we can take on this one. One is about the fake success, and if you want, let's talk about that one a little bit, okay? Fake success, meaning there's a lot of people who can make money fast, and everybody can see it, right? And I remember when COVID got started. Okay, when COVID got started, we did a meeting with majority of people, and I remember the faces that people were afraid. I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to talk. Oh my gosh, I was not afraid, man. I was so strong, and no, we were uncertain. Like, we don't know what was going to happen. Like, what if we're able to sell? What if we're not able to sell? You remember those times? What if we're not able to do the business? Like, you remember those were real concerns that we had at the beginning. Yeah. At the beginning of the business.
Because we're very, because we get together a lot in person.
No, brother, we were selling, everything we were selling was in person.
Yep.
I remember ever selling a policy online. Never. It was like driving. I used to drive an hour, 2 hours. There was Victor was in McAllen. I used to go to McAllen every week. I used to be in McAllen in Brownsville. 6-hour drive for a field training from a regular meeting with somebody. But anyway, and I remember we had the meeting, and there were people during COVID, when COVID got started, they said, oh my gosh, this is it. We're just going to stay at home watching Netflix. And I promise you, there were a lot of people who did that. And there were other people that said, you know what? We're going to play offense. We're going to read more. We're going to self-develop more. We're going to learn a new skill. We're going to learn how to do this thing about social media, Zoom, and selling and training and everything. We're going to learn that. And there were some people who stayed the same. There were some people who grew. COVID was a test. Guys, I'm telling you, right now, people are about to be tested right now. That's my take on this one. If people make money fake, you're about to get tested. And what is the phrase? A strong men create great times, right? Great times build weak men, right? Oh, great men create good times create weak men, or something like that. Weak men create
weak men create tough times.
Tough times. Yep. There you go. And so my opinion is, right now we're about to get into an era where people are going to get tested. Did you learn? Now, there is always people who make a ton of money during crisis. And somebody's about to make a lot of money right now during this crisis. While other people go, oh, it's a recession, I'm supposed to slow down. No way. No way. There is some companies that are about to go to the next level, and you need to just hope that it's you. That's what I've been telling people. Hope that it's you.
We had a CPA and a real estate agent and a loan officer come to the office last night.
That
Excited and
like
pumped.
That sounds like you're about to tell a joke.
Right? But that's the life of PHP. We attract people that doesn't come from the insurance industry. 90% of people, according to our DEI report, 90% of people that come to PHP Agency never had an insurance license. Like Victor Zaldo is part of the top 10% of people that come to PHP with an actual insurance background. So we're recruiting people from different demographics as well as career background. So anyway, I remember in 2001 when I just got my insurance business started, and I started selling index annuities, and then .com crash happened, and then Enron went out of business, and then in 9/11, boom, 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 boom. None of the index annuities, index universal life policies we sold experienced any loss. Now, because at that time I was securities licensed, all my mutual funds that I sold, all the variable annuities and variable universal life policies I sold, my office turned into an immediate customer service department.
Wow. Because it calls, people are calling you. Hey, what's up with my money? Why did I lose money? Got it. Because a variable product, people have lost money. Yeah.
It was at that time I said, you know what? I believe in securities and variable products for myself individually. I'm just not going to go to the multicultural middle class as a business because there's just a whole lot of service work demand. Now, some people may do that individually for their own personal portfolio. I just wasn't going to do it as a business. So therefore, I surrendered my securities license and just focused in on insurance. And I started building a little bit of a team, Rodolfo, Victor. I started building a team. Why? Because people were naturally attracted to what I was doing. In 08, 09, again, Great Recession. And guess what didn't lose money? Index Universal Life Index Annuities.
That's right.
My office was quiet. And everybody said, oh, we need to go out and help more people because they're losing money. Keep this in mind. A 10% loss requires a 12, 15% gain just to get you back to square one. A 25% loss requires a 47 to 50% return just to get you back to square one. A 50% loss requires a 100% gain just to get you back to square one. But none of our policies lost. Which one of those was two of those policies was my mother, my own mother. We have a saying in financial services: never put your client's money into something that you don't trust your own mom and dad and grandma and grandpa's money to go into. And for me, that was index annuities and index universal life insurance policies. When we had this flash crash, when the stock market crashed, when COVID first started, guess who else didn't lose any money? My parents. My mother's on her third annuity contract, hasn't lost any money inside index annuities. And anytime something like this happens in the market, flight to safety and quality. Well, that's the insurance industry. Victor, what has been your experience with IULs during tough times?
Well, let me tell you, that's a pretty good question, Matt. So, of course, in Mexico, we were not. We were affected. No, we don't have that. But we were not. We were affected, so to speak, with the recession that happened in 07, 08 in the U.S. And funny fact is, I came in 2009 to Arizona to work for American National here. And a lot of people were calling me and they were asking me like, hey, I need to cancel my policy because I'm going through foreclosure. And it was tough. Remember, we used to collect premiums at homes, like every single month. And I had the opportunity to sit down with families where like, hey, Rodolfo, you've been with your policy for 20 years. Why would you like to cancel the policy? And they were saying like, if I pay my insurance, I'm not going to be able to pay my house. And many of them had either a universal life policy or a whole life policy that already built cash values within those 20 years. And just like you mentioned, Matt, our office became not a customer service office, but it became like a Salvation Army. We were sending checks every single day to clients that had a whole life or an index universal life policy, cash value, so they can prevent the foreclosure of their homes and be able to keep up with their beautiful home that they work hard for that, but also they kept enforced the life insurance because our job is to educate people and let them know, hey, if the recession is tough right now and if anything happens to you and you don't have no life insurance, it's going to get worse. And so, yes, thank God to those type of policies. We have helped a lot of people. My kids don't have a 401k. They're about to get into they're already working, and they have an index universal life policy that I started for them years ago. They see the value of that. And if you don't mind, Matt, adding a little bit about what Rodolfo said about the pandemic in 2020, it was my second year with PHP. My second year, and I was just barely getting started, right? First year we did 6 figures, second year more, but gets pandemic. And I don't know if I ever shared with my wife this. It was like I was afraid because I had an office to pay. And I was like, oh my God, we're shutting down the offices for 7 months or 6 months. What am I gonna do? How am I gonna sell life insurance? I come from the traditional industry where all I know is how to sell face to face. Yeah. And talking again about power couples here, just like you and Sheena and Rodolfo and Ceci, it's like my wife came with an idea, like, you know what, if PHP is doing all this online and we're helping a lot of people, and we don't have to travel too much, but there's got to be other options. And she got into a internet radio show where in 2020 in September or August or September, she met a lady who just became a broker yesterday. Her name is Josefina Sanchez, who actually brought life to her business again just because of the social media. And so we built a massive team that helped us to survive the pandemic. Our business grew like 30%. And then the following year, we met more people, and that's because of the relationships of social media, and of course, my wife being involved into that.
Yep. So I think if let's talk about, we're talking about the crash, right? What to do? Yep. Let's talk about inflation. I mean, what are in Tucson, Arizona? What are gas prices out there for you, Victor?
Well, here in Phoenix, we're in Phoenix here, and right now. A month ago, I used to fill up my tank with $55. Now it's $102.
So double.
So, yeah, $6 right now.
What about in there in Houston, Rodolfo? What's the gas price there?
We're like $450.
But you're not $450 because you drive Lamborghini and Maserati. You're not. You gotta get the 93 octane.
Those things are like expensive, man. But they always be like that, regardless of the price of the gas. But even in Houston, Houston is the oil city, right? We're in the oil. This is the oil city. But I'm gonna tell you, man, it's like you mentioned something about the $250,000. Like this is crazy. 10 years ago, somebody was making $250. You would say, oh my God, that person's doing really good. Right now, $250, you mentioned it. $250,000 is living paycheck to paycheck. Mm-hmm. Like. Why is it? What happened? Well, the inflation is crazy. You look at all the conditions. Like, it's a perfect storm for you to do something about it. Look at this: 1/3 of Americans making $250,000, live paycheck to paycheck. How's that even possible? And FYI, who has a job that pays $250,000? Is crazy, man. What does the article says over there?
Yeah, it's pretty true. Among millennials who are now in their mid-20s or early 40s, more than half the top earners in that generation report having little left at the end of the month. So millennials, more than half of the top earners in the millennial generation are saying that they live paycheck to paycheck. And here's the hard part: the millennials. Guess when you were growing up, what era you were working in? Are you growing up in? You're growing up during the damn lost decade of the 2000 2010. So your parents were having a hard time. And then 2010 to 2012, you went to high school and college. And now many of the millennials, guess what? Now you have to get, and your parents are still trying to recover from the early 2000s. And the millennials they're trying to scale up. But guess what now? Pandemic, lockdowns, recession of their era. So a lot of factors here. If you don't control your wealth, if you don't control your income, if you're sitting in a position right now and 100% of your money comes from a salary, 100% of your money comes from having to sell something to earn a commission, if you don't sell something, you're not making any money, you're in the most exposed position. And that's where Rodolfo was talking about the fake success. You don't have true wealth if 100% of your income's coming in on one source. One of the exciting things that Sheen and I have evolved is, listen, I've been on both sides of money. I've been broke, I've been poor, and I've been rich. I've been paycheck to paycheck. I've been on all sides of money. But the thing that has given me confidence is this: the fact that I can go out in an industry that the pandemic proved and the lockdowns proved was essential. Are people really buying life insurance? Yes. Are people really rolling over their money from 401k to an IRA? Yes, even more so when people switch from job to job. Why? Because they want to protect their money. They want to take control of their IRA, do a 401k rollover into an IRA, self-directed IRA, or some form of a sub account being a index annuity. So people want to do that stuff. Money will still move. And here's the thing too as well, we discovered why life insurance will be sold during tough times. You know what we discovered? Here's what we discovered. No matter what ethnic background you are, no matter what geographic location you are, guess what you still need? Money. And we did some scientific study. We even dug deep for this. You know, we also find scientifically proven, everybody's going to die one day.
Right.
You're not going to get out of this life alive. And you might as well leave a financial inheritance versus a GoFundMe account. And so when we're looking at these type of things, if you are exposed and don't have a plan, please get together and get a plan. And if you say, well, I don't know what I don't know, that's why you need to talk to somebody. And that's why if you're watching this podcast live or a replay, reach out to Victor Zaldo, reach out to the Rodolfo Vargas, and get access and answers to the biggest questions that you have. Why? Because we've proven that we have answers to these questions.
What else?
Before we wrap up, let's talk about one last thing. Kind of touched on it earlier. In the next 3 weeks, we will be in Paris and Monaco. Okay, well, and thank God, right? Rodolfo, what are you looking forward to the most? Paris or Monaco?
Monaco. If you ask me directly, I'm not gonna give you like a political answer.
Why Monaco?
I want to go to a casino. I want to go Monaco. I want to go there. You know, I like casinos. You know, it is what it is. Okay, that's why I don't play. You know what I mean? Since it doesn't let me play too much, I like to go that kind of stuff. And I cannot wait to go to Monaco. Monte Carlo Casino. I cannot wait to see the Rolls Royces, the Ferraris, the Lamborghinis over there parked. I cannot wait to go to French Riviera. I cannot wait to go and have a cup of coffee and a croissant. Okay. Yes, just like that. Just like that. You don't drink it like in America. You drink it like this. You drink it like this. Okay. Don't have one of these over there in Monaco or Paris. Okay. And we're gonna one of the most delicious food. What's the name of the restaurant? The Louis XVI, right? Mm-hmm. It's only like 4 tables over there. To eat over there is minimum $1,000 per person, and I cannot wait to be there, hanging out with the team, hanging out with everybody from the company. We're gonna have a blast. I'm telling you, we're gonna champagne. Remember, champagne is from where? Greatest wines. Okay, I mean, we're gonna have a blast.
But you know the crazy part? We just talked about stock market crash, recession. We just talked about inflation. Now we're talking about traveling the world. What a life we have here at PHP.
Yeah,
what a crazy man. Blessed, man. We want to pay it forward. Victor, what about you? What are you looking forward to?
But not only that, Matt. Remember, we're going to Paris and Monaco, and then we're coming back. We're going to have our big event, and then we're going to Cabo just to relax. So it's like you're telling me that within 3 months we're going to have 3 different trips, and now Rodolfo has the opportunity to we shall see who won the March Madness, right? But he has the opportunity to go out also to a $30 million home in Miami. We had the opportunity to be there last year, and it was impressive what PHP has done. So, but yes, just like Rodolfo said, I'm looking forward to go to Monaco. That's always been one of my dreams, and we hear all those stories about Princess of Monaco and Grace and all that stuff, and so I want to be there. We have been before with PHP in Europe. PHP does it again for us and our amazing CEO. And hey, I can't wait to hang out with you guys again, and not being on Zoom, but being with you guys together.
100%, man. And what we learned today is that both Rodolfo and Victor are like undercover James Bond. Okay.
There you go. Matt, have you been in France before or no?
The closest thing I've been to France is French fries and with my wife, French kissing.
Oh my gosh. We're going to have a French kiss with fries. Hey, I cannot wait to have some French fries over there. The real ones.
Like original. French mustard.
I don't know if Rodolfo is old enough and he watched the movie, John Travolta's movie. What was it called? Pulp Fiction. Remember, Matt?
Of course. This is a taste the burger.
When you go to France, you don't ask for a Big Mac. You ask for a Royal with cheese.
Royale.
Yeah.
Royale with cheese.
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino movie.
Correct.
Classic. That's right. Every adult must watch when they come of age. Folks, if you want to know how to qualify for a company paid, all expenses paid trip, there might be a little bit of an announcement at our August convention, August 10th to the 13th at the PHP Agency private event called the Story Builders. And if you're part of the PHP family, make sure you get your tickets. And I highly recommend in advance you get your plane ticket and your hotel, because the closer you wait to the date, the more expensive things become. For those of you qualifying for company paid trip, we'll find out also who qualified for Cabo trip, because that cutoff was last night too as well. So we'll see who qualified for the Cabo trip here coming up here shortly. But as we wrap up, everybody, Victor, I'll give you here, man. Give you 60 seconds in 1 minute. What was your final thoughts, man? And anything that's on your mind, your heart, as we enter a new month here in June 2022.
Consistency, growth, just like PVD mentioned to us yesterday. The next 3 to 5 years, it's the best time for us to make money in the insurance industry. Is the next perfect storm. I've been in the industry for many years, and I have never seen the growth of what our company is doing, what our team is doing, and where we're heading. So we're about to change so many people's lives, not only through the education, but as well to create their own wealth for us to be able to experience more and more stuff together as family, teammates, and of course, the #1 company in the world.
Oh, Rodolfo, your final words, brother.
Today we talk about a lot of stuff, okay? And especially when we're talking about the crisis, recession, inflation, all this crazy stuff going on. The people who's gonna win is the people who prepare. And you never have to worry about money if you're always adding value. There was a book that I read a long time ago, and the person says in the book, it's Napoleon Hill book about the law of success. Not the Think and Grow Rich, the law of success, like a big book like this. And the book says, the person who adds the most value makes the most money. Keep adding value. Keep adding value to people. The more value you add, the more money is going to come to you.
100%. 100%. I have this weird thing after being in the business for a while, being in the insurance business for 23 years now. You don't need a college degree to make a lot of money. You don't need a lot of intelligence to make a lot of money. Victor Zaldo says, you don't need to even speak English to make a lot of money in the insurance business. But you have two great examples right here with both Rodolfo and Victor. Obviously, you can understand their English through their accents, but they're making a ton of money because they have a heart of a champion and they have a system to succeed. And you don't need to be the person that is going to create the next app or the next code or the next cure for whatever to become wealthy. You just need to find a proven industry. You need to find people that are willing to be students of the business, that are willing to pay the price and willing to get to work with you, not working for them, but you guys working together. And you have the opportunity to have that on this platform. And when I've seen common Joes turning into the financial heroes of their lives and their families, it's a life-changing experience for you to experience that. Because during moments like this, the seeds of greatness and next generation of multimillionaires will be planted, cultivated, and be born. It's not going to happen overnight. And if you look back in your life at 2025, 2028, 2029, look, man, when did my life really start to change? When did the multi-million-dollar aspirations really start to manifest itself? Is because I took courage and action in 2022. And we've been saying that for a minute, but we never had a situation like this come upon us. We never had a lockdown in the coronavirus and pandemic. Last time we had something like this was 1917 during the Spanish flu. So if you understand opportunity and you understand that what COVID proven that we are an essential industry, an essential business, and we adapted and we shifted. Not every insurance company did. Not every insurance marketing organization did. PHP Agency did. It's a big reason why we're growing today and why a lot of people covet what we do. And if you're out there, instead of trying to recreate it and try to figure it out on your own, consider partnering together with us where we can do a lot of great things together. So with that being said, on behalf of my friend, Victor Zaldo from Arizona, Rodolfo Vargas from Houston, Texas, we appreciate you tuning into this podcast, episode 47. Tune in next week for episode 48. Rodolfo, we're almost a year into this thing, man.
That's
almost
right.
a year into this thing.
We should do a party or something, 52 weeks, when we do the 52 weeks.
Champagne.
Yes, huh?
Some champagne. The way that.
Yes.
We said, guys, if you have your thoughts, your questions, your feedback, maybe we can answer them next week, but please put it in the comment section below. If you felt you got value from this, please consider hitting like. If you watch a couple of our podcasts already, you haven't done so already, please consider hitting subscribe and hit notifications to be alerted the next time we upload our next episode and podcast. That being said, from Dallas, Texas, I'm your money smart guy, and continue to help people, continue to love people, and continue to change your lives today. Well, God bless you guys. See you next Wednesday. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.